In a way, hitting 50k subscribers is as much of a turning point as it is a milestone, because now being mean to me is looked at as punching up. Though, considering that my backlog of videos to make is getting a little nutty, I kind of want to drop the veil a bit and just casually talk about some random things I had on my timeline. Maybe to give you a glimpse at the person behind the jerk, if you will. I'm gonna put this little guy away, grab the hand, push, push, push. Hold on, let me get my webcam. Just kidding. Fuck you. This video is gonna date itself very quickly because I'm gonna talk about future plans, and I'm not gonna bust my ass to make it because of that. I'm also holding off on writing these because I kind of want to keep this as genuine as possible and show something closer to what I'm really like without the smug, slanted chibi eyes. Actually, that segues into my first point a little bit, the model. This is completely based on what I look like, and I don't think you understand how often I dress like this. I often have so many forms of the same cheap white slouch beanie and wear it often because I got a big spike that goes doosh out of the top left and it just looks weird without like something obscuring it. I've worn it enough that when I go outside I feel like an unending sense of paranoia and discomfort without it. Granted, I will tell you that my personality is very different from my content. I think I've built up some weird angry little boy motif, but IRL I'm closer to like your Yosuke's, your Kells, your Aangs. I'm known for having a bad streak of pranks. I think my friends would describe me as pretty energetic but airheaded. I'd want to tap into it in my streams more, but I haven't really been able to parse through that wave of anxiety that comes with being seen by a bunch of literally invisible people. Also, while I have your attention, I wanted to point out that I have a Twitter and a Twitch. Twitter I pretty much use every day if you want to keep up with me. Twitch, I haven't been streaming as much as I'd like to, but I think I want to get back into it as I build up my ability to talk in front of larger crowds without having like a big piece of paper telling me what to do. Which brings me to my other point. What takes these videos so fucking long? So generally I'm gonna just outline the process I have of making a video and see if maybe that helps things out. First thing I have to do is write, and that takes a long time. Usually each of my scripts is about 6-7 pages, maybe 8 or 9 double spaced. I'll probably show like some image on screen right now with like a visual. That, and I also have to give them a decent amount of rewrites. I like to give it at least once or twice just so that I feel better about it. Afterwards, I have to do the voice recording, which is not very easy when you're me and you have a high amount of paranoid anxiety. Plus, after I record all the audio, I have to go and, like, toss out all of the versions of that voice clip that did not work, which is not fun. Sometimes if, like, none of the clips work, I have to, like, go plug my mic back in, like, go back into the audio recording bay and do it again. Generally speaking, though, that's one of the easier parts, just cutting up the audio, because it's like a straight line forward. Afterwards, I'll have to put in the video underlaying everything, which usually involves a lot of, like, what is being said here, and how can I use, like, the video to attach to it. Normally, that doesn't matter, because the step after that almost completely destroys that phase anyway. For the last video I did, the fall of game journalism, I got to have a little bit of fun with it because I recorded all this footage that didn't have any heads-up display on it, which, believe it or not, makes games look really fucking good. I've been probably putting a lot of it in this video just because I can show it in, like, a longer form without all of the characters popping up and, like, disrupting it. I think it's a really neat trick, and I kind of want to do it more. Every time I get a game now, I'm actually, like, looking for HUD options so that I can disable them while I record. Which leads to the last step, which is overlaying the characters and the images. Usually I'll talk to one of my creative partners and ask her to draw something out for me around the scripting phase. I'll use the Google Docs comment section to usually list out what I'm going to need, that sort of thing. This part's really hard. I should probably download these images in advance, like think about what I'm going to use before I do it, but a lot of the time I'm like in there, I'm listening like over and over again, listening to the same clip. What picture can I put there? How can it, like, you know, relate to what I'm saying? How complicated does the joke have to be? Can it just be something only I get? Does the audience need to understand? It's not the easiest thing in the world, to be fair. It's also, people are real fucking dicks with transparent images. They will prank you millions of times. Afterwards, usually, I tend to finish my videos very late at night. I've kind of fucked up my sleep schedule erroneously. I go to bed at like 4 a.m. and wake up at 12 in the afternoon. It's not good, but to be honest, I don't think I can fix it at this point. What do I think about the Dead by Daylight update in the mid-chapter patch? So this is, I guess I can talk about DVD meta stuff. I could be a real Scott Jund, you know? For one, I'm glad that they're actually changing some of the perks and shaking up the meta a hair. It's nice to see that they're, like, actually attacking it. Though I listened to an interview with M. Cote where he was pretty much, like, on the line of, I don't care that much if we have unbalanced perks, which wasn't my favorite thing to hear. I don't particularly care about the OP perks in more that they... Not because, like, I find them annoying to go against. I find them dissatisfying because I don't like going up against the same thing every round. Because a lot of the times you'll go up against killers and it's, I don't know, the basic, like, Ruin, Barbecue, and then, like, 2 other perks that are probably in, like, the higher echelon. Maybe they'll have, like, Strider if they're Spirit or something like that. Survivors, it's also the same thing. Granted, I think Survivors have a bigger pool to pull from. It's just that the Survivor meta is always going to seem boring, as a lot of Survivor perks don't have the flashiest effects. Like, you'll take, like, a perk like, say, like Leader, and you'll never notice that as Killer, because all it does is give, like, a small yellow meter for the rest of the Survivors. It's not something you're going to notice, so I think to Killers, the Survivor meta will always seem stagnant. Granted, these boon totems that they're adding, holy jumping fucking shit, those are going to be some not too fun moments. I remember tweeting out on Twitter that, like, I can't believe that the Survivors get to pick where their hexes go before the Killers did, and some people were like, oh, you're taking it too far, you're taking this out of context, you read too far. I was a fucking psychic, and I knew right away, alright? I think I wouldn't say it's my favorite thing. I think that if you snuff out a Survivor's totem, they should be getting, like, a 60-second cooldown before they could put down another. That's just my opinion. Hell, I think even 60 seconds is a little too charitable. I think Survivors should have to be very cautious as to where they put them. But I also haven't really played on the PTV myself. I can't get access to it. It's not particularly available. I did actually spend some money on a big PC, big shiny PC. It's got all the bells and whistles and it's going. But I don't really want to, like, buy Dead by Daylight again and then, like, rebuy all my characters and, like, grind them all up to level 50. I've played Dead by Daylight for, like, 5,000 hours on my PlayStation, and that's just barely gotten me to the point where I can fully enjoy mixing and matching perks on all the killers, and I'm not gonna, like, I'm not gonna do that again. Why the fuck would I? As for, like, the state of Dead by Daylight, some people are, like, on the fence of, like, oh, it's dying, oh, it's living, hey, is VHS out yet? Which also, just a thing that annoys me, don't, like, I see some content creators, like, going, like, to make VHS the answer to Dead by Daylight. They exist in separate bubbles and vacuums. One doesn't have to, like, kill the other. I think some people are just, like, I don't know, bitter and want to escape because they feel that Dead by Daylight doesn't listen to them, which, I mean, it doesn't. It's never going to listen to us. It's more of a matter of, like, what do you think is going to happen? Because I bet you if every Dead by Daylight player, like, I don't know, threw their copy of it out the window, it's a digital game, but I don't know, they rip their hard drive out and then buy a new hard drive and put in VHS, the same thing's going to happen. The devs are going to be very, like, interspersed with the community. Then as the game blows up, they get more staff. They're going to be less friendly, less lovable, whatever the case is, and it's a cycle. It's what corporatism does to things. It's how it works. You know, a little Bo Burnham with his fucking sock. That's how it works. Also, I wanted to end this video off talking about some fun stuff that I personally been working on. I can't give you too many details, but I've been working on one of those really long critique video game essays that you've probably seen thousands of other people do, and I'm hoping I can... one of the criticisms I've had of that particular branch of YouTube is that a lot of it is very boring. In fact, that was one of the main motivations for me starting my channel, was that I thought the news industry on YouTube was really boring. Like, it was a lot of, you know, like, guy looks at the camera, says, are you excited for this? Let me know in the comments below. And I was like, you know, why don't we try to make things a little fun? Granted, I've kind of grown out of that bitter phase. I kind of understand that, like, you know, some people just want the update as, like, clean sliced as they can. And I don't particularly blame them for that. That's why I think my Killer Jerk Guide series is about in the right spot where it needs to be between serious and people knowing that it's partially a joke, you know. Some of the advice I give in it is genuine, and I want to see some changes in, like, the world around Dead by Daylight, because I don't think if the developers aren't as interested in making Dead by Daylight a game where people are using all of the perks to their fullest, I think the best thing that I could do is motivate the players to start experimenting a little bit. Granted, the other thing that I think really stops a lot of people is that Dead by Daylight's leveling up system is terrible. It's fucking really bad. People are always, like, bouncing back and forth between, like, just having, like the 12 basic perks and some of the really, like, the killer personal perks. And then they just get the meta stuff, like, you know, they immediately gun down Ruin, they gun down Barbecue and the Blood Web, they gun down Strider, they gun down, like, Noed. They do all that crap, and then they're like, alright, I'm chilling, then I'm gonna take every game as competitively as I can. Oh my god, I think I totally lost topic. I was talking about weird stuff I'm working on. Yeah. So, I was making, one of the other things I've been working on is, I'm trying to introduce some more comic stuff to my videos. I think a couple of the first attempts might be a little, I don't want to say cringy, but I think some people are gonna groan when they see them. But, I consider it an important step to getting, better at them. I think the first time I did one, there was already an example in my clown video where I took this clip from Watchmen and I translated it into the clown, which, by the way, is the funniest fucking thing I've ever done, and I don't understand why no one talked about it in the comments. No one was like, oh my god, that's genius, and I was really fucking mad about it. To end this off, though, I think I wanted to just let you guys know what the next 2 videos are going to be. I won't tell you what killer they're going to be on, but the next video is one of the classic Jerks guides to the Dead by Daylight cast. After that, I probably want to go full throttle on my big, long video on that other thing. I'm not going to tell you what that's on, but I will say I'm hoping it's not going to take too long because I've already written the script. I've been working on it pretty much since I finished the Jerks Guide to Survivor because that really made me go like, oh shit, I love doing that. I like making the big things. In fact, actually, a lot of the lengthy periods that I've been gone from my channel can be attributed to me, like, going, oh, this is going to be the time that I actually finish that video, and I go back to working on it, and the script still wasn't good. But the last time I looked at it, I was like, all right, I think I'm kind of happy with it. I think I want to give it 1 more, maybe 2 more reads over, just to go, like, okay, these jokes can get some restructuring. Then editing, I mean, it's a long video. I don't know how long that's going to take, but I'm a little hopeful that I can get it done within, like, without the longest amount of time passing. And if not, I can always just take another break and do a video in between. Anyway, I think that pretty much wraps up this video. I don't got too much to say other than the next video should probably be done in the next week or so. I'm trying to make this one relatively fast. I've already got the footage for it all recorded, so hopefully that's a good time. They didn't tell me how to end the video when I didn't have a cheat sheet. Also, yeah, that is my guitar that you're hearing me use in the background. I enjoy doing it sometimes. But for the most part, I'll see you in the next week or so, alright? Kisses, toodles. You better follow me on Twitter, alright? Or I'm coming to your house. I'm gonna do something bad to you. I don't know what that is. I'm not that strong or tall. I've only... So tonight, get ready to fly, 'cause we're gonna live.